It's Monday morning, you open your laptop, and Slack is already going wild. You have a one liner message from the CFO saying, "Why did Azure charge us $5,000 over the weekend?" You freeze. You head into Terraform repo. There's a commit message from Friday evening. Let's open it together and find out what just cost the company 5 grand and how you can prevent this from ever happening. All right, let's open Visual Studio Code and look at the Terraform code. This is my main.terraform file, variables.tf file, and terraform.tf vars. If you look at the change log, I can see a message saying create virtual machines in Azure. I have a little bit of hint from this side. I don't have detailed information. Now I'm going to main.terraform file. Here I can see there is like a resource group created, followed by a virtual network. Then there is like a subnet and network interfaces. Okay. Then comes the Azure virtual machine. Okay, at first glance, it looks normal. Let's look at the count. So I can see there's like multiple VMs have been created. I'm going to variables file. Here I see number of virtual machines to deploy. Let's look at the terraform.tf vars. I can see 100 virtual machines were created using one of the expensive Azure SKUs. Let's talk about numbers. Now let's navigate to Azure pricing calculator. I'm going to open virtual machines. Here I will try to calculate the numbers. So I will just copy this from here and paste it in our calculator. Click view. Here I can see standard tier. I'm going to click on this and I will try to paste this and remove standard from here. So we should see the pricing. So if you see, this is the virtual machine which was, let's say, spin up 100 of these, 512 GB RAM, 2400 GB temporary storage. It costs around 7.552 per hour. Okay. But in reality, many companies use enterprise agreements, reserved instances, or Azure saving plans, bringing that price down to around $2.85. Even at that discounted rate, 100 of these monsters running for 24 to 48 hours, you are easily burning through $5,000 or more. And all of this came from one Terraform apply late Friday. Okay, let's fix this. I'm going to update this with 2 virtual machines, followed by I'm going to update the size with standard. Okay, standard underscore B2S. This is a lightweight, cost effective, that's perfect for dev and test workloads. We save the changes, then run Terraform plan and apply. Now we are only running 2 inexpensive VMs, no massive changes, no CFO panic, no weekend surprise. Okay, I'm going to update this real quick to avoid any cost. Update VMs, and also we can update the change log real quick. I'm going to paste this. Update VM size to 2 and standard to BS. So if I write this line, it will be, let's say, clear for the next person who's, let's say, reading this change log. It will be easier for him to fix any issues. Okay, this has to be a bit clear, I would say. Commit and sync changes. Okay, my job is done. Now the pipeline will run automatically and we are like down to our normal size. So how did this happen? This wasn't just a Terraform mistake, it was a failure of process and discipline. No pull request review, no policy enforcement, no budget alerts, and someone hit Terraform apply late Friday. That's the perfect storm. And yes, this is a simulation, but it's based on real world incidents I've seen firsthand as a DevOps engineer. You might ask, would Azure even let us spin up 100 of these? By default, Azure has quotas, but many teams raise them and Terraform will attempt every resource until it fails. Even if only 10 or 20 VMs are created, that can still cost thousands before anyone notices. Maybe someone manually stopped them, maybe they hit a quota wall, maybe auto shutdown was on. Bottom line, the money was already gone. To avoid incidents like this, try to track the calculations manually, enforce policy as code with Sentinel or OPA, set Azure budgets plus cost alerts, apply strict PR reviews for infra changes, avoid production applies late on Friday. Want to try this simulation yourself? Download the code from the description, break it, fix it, and show your team. I make real world DevOps firefight simulations like this every week. So hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your war stories or ideas for the next scenario.